Ladies and gentlemen, an explanation about the ghost. Sorry, not very ghostly. I want to make sure you understand what the ghost said to Hamlet. It's very important. The ghost would not speak to Horatio or Marcellus or Bernardo or Francisco, but he does speak to Hamlet. And what does he say? And this is very important. He says, Hamlet, I am your father's ghost. I am cursed to stay in a fiery grave all day and night to walk the land until my sin is purged. But you must revenge my most unnatural murder. And Hamlet says, murder? Murder! Murder most foul! And what the ghost tells Hamlet is that while I was sleeping in my orchard, as I do every afternoon, your uncle, with a vial of cursed Hebenon, stole into the garden and poured the leprous distilment in my ear, where it went into my veins and all the natural porches and alleys of my body. It curdled my blood. It turned my skin to scales like a lizard until I died. And then he took my crown, he took my country, and he took my queen. The worst part, Hamlet, is that I was not able to reconcile my sins to God before I died. Hence, I am in purgatory. Kill him, Hamlet! Kill him! The problem is that the Danish public were lied to. The Danish public were told by Claudius that while King Hamlet was laying in his orchard, a snake slithered along and bit him, poisoned him, and he died. There's a lot of sort of Garden of Eden symbolism there. And Hamlet is told, you have to revenge my death. And ladies and gentlemen, this is really the main plot of the entire play, which is Hamlet who has to figure out a way to kill Claudius. And he can't seem to do it. First of all, he has to make sure the ghost is real, and he does that with a play within a play. He has to make sure that Claudius has sin on his soul so that he goes to hell, and we'll come to that in Act 3. But the point is that Hamlet seems to have this inability to take action. And he has a number of soliloquies in the play which remind him that he can't do what he's supposed to do. I mean, he says to his father's ghost, I will do it now. I will do it right now. I will go and kill Claudius. If I didn't do that now, I would be a dim-witted, slow-footed coward. I'll do it. He doesn't do it. And he keeps finding excuses not to do it. So the ghost is wandering around at nighttime, and in daytime he has to stay in purgatory where he burns. His sins are being burned away, and Hamlet can't seem to do it. He can't. And in Act 2, Scene 2, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very long scene. It's the longest scene in the play. The part that I really want you to pay attention to, excuse me, cold, mucus, disgusting, I know, is this, is that when Hamlet sees the actor doing that monologue about Hecuba, and the monologue about Priam and Pyrrhus, and how Priam had slaughtered Pyrrhus, and how Hecuba cried over the death of her husband, that hit Hamlet here. And the reason why Hamlet had that soliloquy at the end, where he said, oh, look at me and how dumb-witted I am. Look at this actor who for Hecuba, for something that doesn't even exist, for something that is fictitious, he can get up and cry. And he can yell and scream and show passion, and yet I, a man that has a father killed and a mother stained, and an uncle who has come in between my election hopes, I've done nothing. I've sat around and said, I don't know, I guess I'll just sit here and wait till something happens. Come on! I gotta do it now! But he doesn't do it. He still doesn't do it. The whole issue with Hamlet is he can't take the action that he needs, and he doesn't know why. And that's another very important theme of this play. Hamlet will say later on that he thinks a thought, if you were to take a thought, and if you were to use the metaphor of a piece of a pie and cut it into four, that a thought would be 1 part's wisdom and 3 parts cowardice. Which means the more you think about something, the less chance you'll do it. If you feel passionate about something, then do it now, because the more you wait and the more you sleep on it, you won't do it. And Hamlet goes through many, many phases in this play where he wants to kill Claudius, and he doesn't. You will see in Act 3 that Hamlet has Claudius on his knees, praying, and Hamlet is behind him, no one else around, his sword is raised in the air, ready to lop off Claudius' head. He doesn't do it. Wait till you find out why. So it's very important that you understand this whole concept of what the ghost wants and what Hamlet wants, and it can't happen. And yet you have young Fortinbras. And my next little clip will be about Fortinbras and his purpose in the play. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this is helping, and I hope I recorded all that.